Peace, peace, peace. It's crazy because hopefully most of your house I was blessing my day. It's gonna be with a quick video, man. I just wanna touch into something, man. That's why like, the most high Kansas City children, man, like, spiritually, like, I see why, like, like the video I just did about like standing in child's place, man, because we're Kansas children, man. Cause this too. I was just thinking, like, crazy thing is, right? Earlier today, like, I was in school, at school I work at now. We was in the library, man, and it is you can learn a lot, man. Like, listen, because like always tell y'all, man. Why am I back here with it? I'm tripping. I like how I'm saying dark, like some super villain, some movie villain, something like that, some James Bond or Charles Angels type of stuff. But I'm just playing with y'all. But yeah, you can learn a lot from children, man. Like I always tell you, man, I let y'all watch and listen to things with spiritual eyes and ears. And actually, man, most of the times these videos I do, man, is off real like experiences, man. That's why in the last video I read Proverbs 3:6, man. Rely on Him all your ways and all your aspects of your life. So we'll see the most on your house, y'all, man. That's just what it is, man. Cause we was in the library earlier, like cause like school, man. Now this is a library nearby, like across the street. And the good thing is too about this school I'm at now, like they actually the students actually read, and like they actually like the library's close by, like very close by. It was actually like that last year. They actually hold a bigger library though. That's another story for another day. But that's just another story for another day. But anyway. But so yeah, man. So when I was in the library, I was trying to tell them to quiet down. One of the students said something. One of my students, she said, she said they're not listening to the teacher because I was telling them to quiet down because the teacher was telling them to quiet down. Then I said, all right, y'all, I'll keep it down. All right, keep it down. Well, one student, she said to me, she said, listen, she said, no, had not been like in the word and hadn't like looking spiritually, I probably would have took offense to it. But I was like, no. I told her, listen, you're right. She said, listen, they're not listening to the teacher. They're not listening to teachers, so they're not. She said, "Listen, they're not listening to teachers, so they're not going to listen to you." That was her first time saying to me, because one time, like a few weeks ago in the hallway, she said that to me. Cause, so it's the same class I told them to line up. And the second time she said that, I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? You're right. Because it is too. That's the thing too. Because one, they're not listening to the teachers. They're not listening to their parents. Like no, I'm saying it in general. But this school man now is relatively like it just goes to show you like because shout out to brother for assembly of firstborn, because like he goes into at the end of the day like hearts of man are hearts of man, like like because like the whole Joshua Khan account, man. Listen, we wasn't in captivity during that. We was about to enter into the land, but the cares of the world and the riches of the world, it got to Khan and the covetousness. So and we wasn't in captivity. So the hearts of men is hearts of men. So that's it. Wherever he's gonna be in, that's the heart. Like nothing new on something. That's is what it is. But I do share the aspect as well. Like somebody's environment. Somebody's like because in Psalms even said, listen, we've been scattered amongst the heathen. We were living amongst the heathen. Like even in our experience, like and we learned their ways pretty much. So that can shape and view the how you see the world, how your perspective spiritually, like in life and things of that nature. That can play an impact. At the end of the day, hearts of men, like whoever you are is whoever you are, man. That's just is what it is, man. That whoever you are inwardly, like like how I said, it's not what comes in, but it's what defiles what comes out, man. Or I'm saying that wrong, but y'all know what I mean. I'm sorry for paraphrasing that wrong. So tired, but it's always really what's within you. But certain programming, certain things can shape the way that you think and your viewpoints and your outlooks on things, man. And I say it to say, man, because like now I'm in the school working in more of the suburbs, like more in the county rather than like in the schools in the city, and I see the difference. That's why I say that they're not as like wow too much, but it's really honestly, if you work at school now, this generation now, like as prophecy unfolds, their children they're getting worse, because one is the worst generation of parents, so two. Not all of them, Brad, because there's still some great children out here, but it's the worst generation of parents. And two, that's just is what it is. But I said to say because they're not that like that. But and most of them they probably do listen to their parents, so some of them probably don't. But I said to say because they're not listening to teachers, they're not listening to their parents, and they're not listening to parents. Like That's just is what it is. But I immediately when she said this though, back to the story, I immediately thought of Ezekiel, man, because honestly, just like us, like children, man, like that's why the Most High told the Most High in your house. I told Ezekiel what he says. He said, listen, they ain't listening to me, so I damn sure ain't gonna listen to you, man. Because it was crazy because I actually meant to talk about this a while ago, but as far as like when I mentioned that Lamentations, what does a living man do but complaining, or like that Psalms 73, where like when you complain a lot, you offended even your forefathers, your ancestors, man. Because like think about this, man. Most I sent Ezekiel to a place like he did, like he's listening. He tells them like, yo, they're not gonna listen to you, but you still go out there and preach that word, man. So like a lot of times, what do I gotta complain about? Because like imagine like going there knowingly you're going to have to talk to people that really are for upfront that that aren't going to listen to you. That's really wild. And a bunch of people, a bunch of Jake out there, like imagine that, man. Like so, that's just is what it is too. But but let me get that Ezekiel, man, real quick, man, because it's like children won't listen. It's not always because what it's saying too. Because that's why I always make the holy mirror aspect, man. Because a lot of times when like for as far as even as brothers, man, when we talk about women, even talking about children, man, so always even when women talk about children, and men talk about women, it's all domino effect, man. Or elderly people talk about younger people, man. It's all domino effect. It's all a holy mirror of how we're dealing with our God, the Most High house shot, man. Because like when we're talking about women, it's really a reflection of like how we doing that. It's the same way how we viewing them right now. It's the same with how the Most High house is looking at us. Like we talk about Eve a lot, but we're Eve pretty much. So like the assembly of firstborn, the brother assembly of firstborn says, or even like women talk about children sometimes. But honestly, we like you that child, like we're that child that this one one will not you not listen to the Most High your house, and two you not listen to your husband. So you're that disobedient child as well. And three, and also elderly people, man, because like because sometimes you have certain older people, like like it says in Isaiah, he said, "Seek me in old age." They feel like a lot of times. I ran into a few like the old like they're pretty elderly. They lived a long time, so when you like try to present them the word, like it's one you don't try to bar people with the word. Listen, you could present to them or not, but I remember that sister one time I was downtown with the brothers. The sister heard the word. She was kind of proud. She said, "Listen, I know," because she was a little older. So I was there in my mind's like, okay, she's older. She feels like her mind, she's old enough, she knows everything. But listen, but how you feel about but the most of the time too, like somebody like that, like or older people like that, you can't like you can only complain about one because that's in the law that we're supposed to obey actual elders and elderly people. But but you can't get so bad so much because that's how you're acting towards your God. Because he the ancient of the days. So like you're a child, mere child to him. So like so that's. I'm not saying to say, man, it's all the things that society we complain about and like in dynamics in this world we complain about. It's really a reflection of how we're doing the Most High house, how we're viewing and interacting. And how we treating our God, it's both how he views us and how we're it's all a reflection, pretty much spiritual reflection, but to say it in a roundabout way. But let me get this Ezekiel real quick, man, because and this is too. This is always want to get into too, man, because a lot of times like listen, and that's what it is too. Like listen, you're not gonna. That's my thing too. That's why I was looking at this and Sirach the other day, man, because it's like, listen, because a lot of times, too, don't get me wrong, because a lot of times on this channel, I speak as a man, like, I give different analogies, examples, or I speak as a man, my viewpoint thing, too, but at the end of the day, man, because sometimes, I'm pretty sure this happened to y'all brothers, or sometimes sisters, for that matter, that's in the word, in the faith, man, that, people, because some people said it to me, says, no, listen, I don't want to hear what the word has to say, I want to hear your opinion. I'm like, listen, I don't. My opinion really doesn't matter, man, because I'm about to get into Iraq in a few. But let me get this real quick. He said this Ezekiel chapter 3 verse. I'm in Lamentations. My bad. Let me get Ezekiel 3. Ezekiel 3. He says, okay, I'm still in Lamentations. What's going on? Ezekiel 3. Ezekiel 3, he says, yes, where is that? Yeah, Ezekiel 3 verse 7, the 3 verse 7, it says, "But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me, for all the house of Israel are imputed and hard headed." Yeah, stiff necked, hard headed, like habitual line suffers. Listen, we all that, man. Honestly, we even to this day, man. So, yeah, the Most High in Yahshua, he said the same thing here that my students said to me. Listen, they not listening. Like one, she said they not listening to teacher, and like I just said, they not listening to the teacher. They not listening to their parents. This is going to in general, define, disrespectful, disobedient children. This is going well, not only natural children, us as children of Israel, but this is not only going to the, I wasn't talking about like situation now, I'm talking about in general. So they're not only listening on a natural level, they're not only not going to listen to the teacher, they're not listening to their parents. So they probably not going to listen to you. I mean, so honestly, but that's kind of a balance thing too. Sometimes that's just only anomaly because I speak as a man. Because sometimes that actually happened with my actual brother. Depending on who the parent is, pretty much I'm saying this as a natural level. That might not always be the case, man. Because I remember working at school last year with my actual brother, man, and one of the students said to me, she said, "Listen, you listen to me more than my dad listens to me." So that's what that spiritual father and spiritual mother kind of kicks in sometimes, because depending on who the parents are, that's another story for another day. That's once again I speak as a man right there. But honestly though, but to the point, man, they honestly because they're not going to listen to the Most High in House. They ain't going to listen to you, man. So because a lot of times too, because like the brother somebody firstborn says, this ain't really or anybody, not just people in the nods in the word, whatever. Because a lot of times too, I just noticed this too. Like a lot of times, we try. I was talking about this with a brother. We can try to win people over. One, the best way to do it is honestly your life. If you want to win people over to a word, but at the end of the day, it's up to most of your house. A lot of times we try to use the secular things, to win people, to win our people to the word, and the Most High at the end of your house, I doing the calling at the end of the day. But we try to say, listen, let's do some music, some worship music, praise music, quote unquote, truth music, or or the movies, things of that nature, or even honestly, I was excited about it because actually after seeing it, it was about faith, seeing the Book of Clarence. A lot of times, a lot of brothers and sisters, in the faith and the knowledge, got excited, okay, this might be it. This might win our people to a word. At the end of the day, the shout out to Brother Assembly when they came out last year, or the shout out to Brother Assembly the first one said, he said, listen, the word ain't winning people. The words of the living words of the Most High House ain't gonna win people over it. Nothing will, man, because they ain't not trying to hear all that. So, Book of Clarence too. As far as visually, it showed us, listen, say if you want to tell, we telling people, listen, we're descendants of the people of the book, we're the biblical Israelites, we're the Israelites. Yeah, it's gonna make it easier, but but as far as winning them to the word, that Book of Clarence, it didn't do that, man. That's not what it's gonna do, man. So honestly, it's gonna be your life, but at the end of the day, it's up to the Most High house shot. But I said to say, because a lot of times, even not only brothers and sisters in the faith, sometimes the it's sometimes a lot of people in spiritual fear have that mentality, but I said to say because I more see it, with brothers and sisters was in the word and faith in the knowledge rather than them. But some of them people in spiritual fear, like Jehovah's Witness, Christianity, whatever they think that as well, or anybody in spiritual fear for that matter, if the word's not gonna win them over, nothing will, man. So it's just, it has to touch. Your spirit has to bear witness to it. And one, what the house I say, John 15, I've chosen, ye have not chosen me, I've chosen you, pretty much. I chose you, so, there's that too. But yeah, man. So is what it is too, man. But a lot of times too, back to my point, a lot of people say, listen, no, because it happened to me. A lot of times, I'm pretty sure it happened to y'all. They say, listen, I want to hear your opinion. Forget what the Bible's saying. And this is why I always say, listen, well, I'm gonna give you this word. I'm gonna give you this though, because you don't want to be deceived by me. Because in my opinion, when I speak as a man, at the end of the day, it's it's my perspective. But at the end of the day, as far as spiritual, as far as the word, it's vain at the end of the day, man. Because it's it's vain. But let me grab this Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach, chapter 3 verse 24. For many have been deceived by their own vain opinion, and the evil suspicion has overthrown their judgment. So yeah, man, like deceived by the vain opinion, because you want my words, but listen, no, it's the words of the Most High in your house, man. That's it. You don't say. Oh, a lot of times, people say, "Oh, listen, I don't want to hear what that say." What you gotta say? Like, why? You want man's opinions over of the Most High in your house, and many of them do. So that's just is what it is with that, man. It's just that's why Jeremiah says, "Let's curse ye that trust in man." But but it's a lot of factors that go into that too. Why, because that's just the opposite dichotomy of, because many people like the brother somebody first one said, listen, many people have been let down by natural people in life. Many people have been loved and abandoned by natural people in life. So, but that's where faith kicks in, because so their mind says, listen, why would I believe in somebody, a man that I can't see? So that's the reason why. But more on the inverted side, some people just want man rather than the Most High in your house. So that's why I say that what I just said. But and also too, this is something. This is what I'm going to too. This kind of lines up with Proverbs 3:30. Is the latter part. It's kind of going to something else, but it says evil suspicion had overthrown their judgment, man. Because this is when that Proverbs 3:30, striving with your neighbor out the cause, when you play Perry Mason or Matlock or Inspector Gadget when you don't like somebody, or when you think somebody had done something, even though you haven't done diligent investigation of if on the matter if somebody has done it or not, has kind of like being a Job's friend. That even in the word, if you're in the word, don't be like that, because you'll be just like Job's friend. It has to be judgment that this something that no. Sometimes time and chance or most odds refining them, to make them trying them, to make them putting them through something so they can come out better on the other side. And two, time and chance happens, life happens, and three, why are you just suspecting evil and sin on somebody, man? That's not good to do. This person had to be doing something. That's kind of what Joe's friend was doing. And two, even out the word, even out the word, before you came to the word, and out the word, even out the word too, that's just not something that you want to be like that. No, it's yeah. Anyway, that why is something evil on your mind? Why is somebody sinning? Had to be a reason. Why is it always judgment? I don't get, everything's not judgment. Even when people do that with death a lot too, when people pass away. Now sometimes it is. Don't get me wrong, it is. You can see that, and it is that. But also balance. Sometimes it's that Isaiah 57:1. But it is what it is with that. I just wanted to come back with that quick video. Hopefully, most of your house, I was blessing y'all day. Hopefully, that was edifying, man. So peace. Oh.